The moment your head touches the pillow tonight, you hold in your hands the most powerful tool for wealth creation that has ever existed. Not your education, not your connections, not even your capital, but the untapped reservoir of your subconscious mind during those precious hours of sleep. The millionaire's secret laboratory. In my extensive research among America's most successful individuals, I discovered something that will astound you. Every single wealthy person I studied, from Andrew Carnegie to Henry Ford, from Thomas Edison to Charles Schwab, had developed what I call a wealth ritual that they performed religiously each night before sleep. They understood what modern science is only now beginning to prove, that the subconscious mind is most receptive to new programming during the transition from consciousness to sleep. Carnegie himself once told me, Napoleon, the difference between the wealthy and the poor isn't what they do during their waking hours, it's what they program their minds to work on while they sleep. This revelation changed everything about how I understood the accumulation of riches. The subconscious mind never sleeps. While your conscious mind rests, your subconscious continues to work, processing, organizing, and most importantly, creating solutions to the problems you've given it. The wealthy have learned to harness this incredible power by feeding their subconscious mind specific instructions each night, instructions that compound over time into extraordinary results. Think about this. You spend approximately 8 hours each night in sleep. That's 1/3 of your entire life. If you're not deliberately programming your subconscious during this time, you're wasting the most valuable real estate in your mental kingdom. The poor go to sleep worried about their bills, their problems, their limitations. The wealthy go to sleep focused on opportunities, solutions, and their definite major purpose. The science behind nocturnal wealth programming. Your brain operates on different frequencies throughout the day. During your waking hours, you're primarily in what scientists call the beta state. Alert, analytical, often skeptical. But as you prepare for sleep, your brain naturally shifts into alpha and theta states, where your subconscious becomes incredibly receptive to suggestion and programming. This is why the thoughts you think in the moments before sleep are so crucial. They become the blueprint your subconscious works with throughout the night. Edison understood this principle so well that he would hold steel balls in his hands as he dozed in his chair, allowing them to drop and wake him just as he entered the theta state, capturing the creative insights that emerged from this twilight consciousness. Ford once shared with me his nightly practice of reviewing his business challenges just before sleep, then giving his subconscious mind the command to work on solutions throughout the night. I wake up with answers, he told me, because I've learned to put my subconscious employees to work while I rest. The wealthy don't just sleep, they invest their sleep hours in their future prosperity. They understand that thoughts are things, and the thoughts you think consistently before sleep become the dominant influences in your subconscious mind. These thoughts then attract their physical equivalent through what I call the law of attraction, though this law works only when combined with definite purpose and persistent action. The 5-step wealth mindset reprogramming protocol. Tonight, you will begin implementing a precise system that will transform your relationship with wealth while you sleep. This is not wishful thinking or positive affirmations. This is a scientific method for reprogramming your subconscious mind to attract and create wealth. Step 1. The Wealth Inventory Review. Before you even enter your bedroom, conduct what I call a wealth inventory review. Sit quietly and review every financial success, no matter how small, that occurred during your day. Did you save $1? Did you earn an extra commission? Did you have an idea for increasing your income? Did someone compliment your work? Did you learn something new about money or business? Most people end their day focusing on what went wrong, what they lack, what they failed to accomplish. This programs their subconscious for more of the same. The wealthy do the opposite. They end each day by acknowledging and appreciating every form of abundance that flowed into their experience, no matter how modest. Write these successes down in what I call your daily wealth journal. The act of writing engages different neural pathways and makes the programming more powerful. As you write, feel genuine gratitude for each item. Gratitude is the magnet that attracts more of what you appreciate. Step 2. The definite major purpose declaration. Once in your bedroom, before you change into your sleep clothes, Stand before a mirror and clearly state your definite major purpose related to wealth. This must be specific, measurable, and time-bound. Not I want to be rich, but I will accumulate $100,000 in liquid assets by December 31st of next year through my expanding consulting business and wise investments. Speak this declaration with conviction, looking directly into your own eyes. Your subconscious mind responds to the intensity of your belief and emotion. Weak, half-hearted statements produce weak, half-hearted results. Charles Schwab told me that he would declare his business goals to his reflection each night with such passion that his wife could hear him from the next room. As you speak your declaration, visualize yourself already in possession of this wealth. See the bank statements, feel the security, imagine the lifestyle this wealth will provide. Make it real in your mind's eye. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve, but only when that conception is backed by burning desire and unwavering faith. Step 3, the problem solution assignment. Now comes the most crucial step. Identify the single biggest obstacle currently standing between you and your wealth goals. Is it lack of capital, limited skills, fear of failure, insufficient knowledge about investments, poor spending habits, lack of a clear business plan? Write this challenge on a piece of paper, but frame it as a question: how can I raise the capital I need for my business expansion? Or what skills must I develop to double my income? Or how can I overcome my fear of taking calculated risks? Place this paper on your nightstand where you can see it. Then, as you prepare for sleep, give your subconscious mind a direct command. I now instruct my subconscious mind to work throughout the night on solving this challenge. I will wake with clear insights and practical steps I can take immediately. This is not mere positive thinking. This is putting your subconscious mind to work on your behalf. Your subconscious has access to all the knowledge you've ever acquired, all the experiences you've ever had, and through the mysterious workings of infinite intelligence, insights and solutions that transcend your conscious limitations. Step 4, the wealth visualization ritual. As you lie in bed, ready for sleep, engage in what I call wealth visualization with emotional intensity. Close your eyes and create a detailed mental movie of your life after you've achieved your wealth goals. But don't just see it, experience it with all your senses. Feel the texture of the fine clothes you're wearing. Smell the leather interior of your luxury automobile. Hear the sound of respect in people's voices when they speak to you. Taste the finest foods at the exclusive restaurants you can now afford. See the beautiful home you live in, the exotic places you travel to, the security and freedom that wealth provides. Most importantly, feel the emotions associated with this wealth. Feel the pride of achievement, the security of financial independence, the joy of being able to help others, the satisfaction of having transformed your dreams into reality. Emotion is the fuel that powers the subconscious mind. Visualization without emotion is like a car without gasoline. It won't take you anywhere. Continue this visualization until you feel yourself drifting toward sleep. Let these images and feelings be the last conscious thoughts you have before entering the realm of dreams. Your subconscious will continue working with these images throughout the night, finding ways to make them your reality. Step 5, the morning wealth activation. The moment you wake up, before you check your phone, before you think about your problems, before you do anything else, immediately grab the paper with your challenge question and a pen. Write down any insights, ideas, or solutions that come to mind, no matter how unusual or impractical they might seem. Your subconscious has been working all night. The insights are there, but they're fragile and can be easily lost if you don't capture them immediately. Edison kept a notepad by his bed for this exact purpose. Many of his greatest inventions came from ideas that emerged in those first moments of waking consciousness. Don't judge these insights, simply record them. Later in the day, you can evaluate their practicality and develop action plans. But in those precious morning moments, your job is simply to harvest what your subconscious has produced during its night shift. The compound effect of nightly wealth programming. Now, let me share with you why this system is so extraordinarily powerful. Most people underestimate the compound effect of consistent mental programming. They expect dramatic results immediately, and when they don't see them, they abandon their efforts. But wealth creation, like compound interest, builds slowly at first, then accelerates dramatically Each night that you follow this protocol, you're making deposits in your subconscious wealth account. These deposits accumulate, interact with each other, and eventually reach a critical mass that transforms your external circumstances. I observed this phenomenon repeatedly among the successful individuals I studied. They didn't become wealthy overnight, but they programmed their minds for wealth consistently over time. Carnegie spent years visualizing his steel empire before it became reality. Ford dreamed of affordable automobiles for the masses long before the Model T rolled off his assembly lines. The key is persistence and faith. You must continue this nightly ritual even when you don't see immediate results. Every adversity carries with it the seed of equivalent benefit, and every night of programming brings you closer to the breakthrough that will change everything. Your subconscious mind is like a garden. If you plant seeds of wealth consciousness consistently, you will eventually harvest a crop of financial abundance. But if you plant sporadically, or worse, if you plant seeds of poverty consciousness through worry and fear, you'll harvest accordingly. Advanced techniques for accelerated results. Once you've mastered the basic 5-step protocol, you can enhance your results with these advanced techniques that I learned from studying the most successful wealth builders of our time. The Mastermind Sleep Council. Before sleep, imagine yourself in a council meeting with the greatest wealth builders in history. Visualize sitting at a round table with Carnegie, Rockefeller, Ford, Edison, and other titans of industry. Present your wealth challenge to this imaginary council and listen for their advice. This may sound fantastical, but I can assure you it works. Your subconscious mind will draw upon everything you know about these individuals and their methods, synthesizing their wisdom into practical guidance for your situation. I have personally used this technique countless times with remarkable results. The future self-consultation. Visualize yourself 10 years in the future having achieved all your wealth goals. Imagine this future self as a wise mentor who can guide your present decisions. Ask this future self what steps you should take now, what mistakes to avoid, what opportunities to pursue. This technique helps you think with the long-term perspective that all wealthy individuals possess. The poor make decisions based on immediate gratification. The wealthy make decisions based on long-term consequences. The wealth frequency alignment. As you prepare for sleep, consciously align your mental frequency with that of wealth and abundance. Imagine yourself tuning into a radio station that broadcasts only success stories, wealth-building strategies, and abundant opportunities. Feel yourself vibrating at the same frequency as successful people. This isn't mystical nonsense. It's a practical way of conditioning your mind to notice and attract the same opportunities that wealthy people see everywhere. Common obstacles and how to overcome them. In implementing this system, you will encounter obstacles. Let me prepare you for the most common ones and how to overcome them. The skepticism barrier. Your rational mind may resist this process, dismissing it as unscientific or impractical. This skepticism is actually a form of mental poverty, the belief that wealth creation must be difficult, complicated, or require special advantages. The truth is that the most powerful wealth creation tool you possess is your mind, and specifically your ability to program your subconscious for success. Every great fortune began as a thought in someone's mind. If you can't believe in the power of your own thoughts to create wealth, you'll never develop the faith necessary to take the actions that lead to riches. The consistency challenge. The most common reason people fail with this system is inconsistency. They practice it for a few nights, don't see immediate results, and abandon it. This is like planting a seed, then digging it up every few days to see if it's growing. Wealth consciousness, like physical fitness, requires consistent daily practice. You wouldn't expect to become physically fit by exercising sporadically, and you can't expect to develop wealth consciousness through sporadic mental training. Commit to practicing this system for at least 30 consecutive nights before evaluating its effectiveness. Better yet, make it a permanent part of your life routine, like brushing your teeth or eating meals. The doubt and fear interference. As you begin to see results from this system, your old programming may fight back with increased doubts and fears. You might find yourself thinking, this is too good to be true, or people like me don't become wealthy, or I don't deserve this success. These thoughts are the death rattle of your poverty consciousness. They're actually a sign that your new programming is working and threatening the old patterns. Don't fight these thoughts. Simply acknowledge them and return your focus to your wealth visualization and affirmations. Remember, success requires no explanations. Failure permits no alibis. You don't need to justify your desire for wealth or prove that you deserve it. Wealth is your birthright as a human being with the capacity to think, plan, and create value for others. The neuroscience of nocturnal wealth programming. Modern neuroscience has validated what I discovered through empirical observation decades ago. During sleep, your brain consolidates memories, processes information, and literally rewires itself based on your dominant thoughts and experiences. The process is called neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to form new neural pathways throughout your life. When you consistently program your mind with wealth-focused thoughts before sleep, you're literally rewiring your brain for financial success. Studies have shown that the brain is particularly active during REM sleep, when it processes emotional memories and creative insights. This is why your wealth visualization must be emotionally charged. Emotion is the language your brain uses to determine what's important enough to wire permanently into your neural networks. Furthermore, research has demonstrated that the subconscious mind processes information up to 500,000 times faster than the conscious mind. When you give your subconscious a clear directive before sleep, you're engaging this incredible processing power to work on your wealth goals throughout the night. The reticular activating system in your brain, the network that determines what information you notice in your environment, is also programmed during sleep. When you consistently focus on wealth and opportunities before sleep, you're training this system to notice wealth-building opportunities that others miss entirely. This is why wealthy people seem to have all the luck. They've trained their brains to notice and act on opportunities that poverty-minded people overlook or dismiss. Real-world applications and case studies. Let me share with you specific examples of how this nightly wealth programming has produced extraordinary results for individuals who applied it consistently. The struggling salesman's transformation. I once worked with a life insurance salesman who was barely earning enough to support his family. He had been in the business for 3 years but was considering quitting due to his poor results. I taught him this nightly wealth programming system with one specific modification. Each night, instead of general wealth visualization, he would visualize himself successfully completing sales presentations, handling objections with confidence, and signing new clients. He would see himself earning the company's top salesman award and providing abundantly for his family. Within 6 months, his sales had tripled. Within a year, he was the top producer in his company. Within 3 years, he had started his own insurance agency and was earning more in a month than he had previously earned in a year. The key was that he programmed his subconscious not just for general wealth, but for specific success in his chosen field. His subconscious mind began providing him with insights about client psychology, innovative sales approaches, and networking strategies that he had never consciously learned. The inventor's breakthrough. Another individual I mentored was a mechanical engineer with several invention ideas, but no capital to develop them. He was frustrated because he couldn't afford the patent fees, prototype development, or marketing costs required to bring his ideas to market. I instructed him to use the nightly programming system to focus specifically on finding creative financing solutions for his inventions. Each night, he would visualize his inventions being successfully manufactured and sold, then ask his subconscious to show him the path from his current situation to that successful outcome. After several weeks of this practice, he had an insight that led him to approach a local manufacturer with a licensing proposal instead of trying to develop the products himself. This manufacturer not only licensed his first invention, but also provided funding for him to develop additional products. Within 2 years, he was earning substantial royalties from multiple inventions and had established himself as a successful independent inventor. The solution had been available all along, but his conscious mind had been too focused on traditional funding methods to see it. The service business owner's expansion. A woman who owned a small cleaning service came to me frustrated by her inability to grow beyond a certain level. She was working long hours but couldn't seem to increase her profits or expand her client base significantly. I taught her to use the nightly programming system to visualize her business operating smoothly without her constant presence, with reliable employees handling the day-to-day operations while she focused on growth and strategy. Her subconscious began providing her with insights about systematizing her operations, training effective managers, and developing service packages that commanded higher prices. She also received intuitive guidance about marketing strategies that attracted higher quality clients. Within 18 months, she had transformed her business from a job that required her constant presence into a profitable enterprise that operated successfully with minimal daily involvement from her. She then used this model to expand into multiple locations, eventually building a regional cleaning service empire. The Wealth Mindset Maintenance System. Developing wealth consciousness is not a one-time achievement. It requires ongoing maintenance and reinforcement. Just as physical fitness requires consistent exercise, mental wealth fitness requires consistent mental training. Weekly wealth reviews. Every Sunday evening, conduct a comprehensive review of your wealth-building progress. Examine your daily wealth journal entries from the past week. Look for patterns, insights, and opportunities that emerge from your nightly programming sessions. Ask yourself, what wealth-building actions did I take this week? What opportunities did I notice that I might have missed before? What insights emerged from my subconscious programming? What obstacles arose, and how did I handle them? This weekly review helps you recognize the subtle but cumulative effects of your nightly programming. Often, the changes happen so gradually that you don't notice them without deliberate reflection. Monthly wealth goal adjustments. At the end of each month, review and adjust your definite major purpose if necessary. As you grow and develop, your wealth goals may need to expand or evolve. What seemed like an ambitious target 3 months ago might now seem easily achievable. This is a sign that your wealth consciousness is expanding. Don't be afraid to set bigger goals as your confidence and capabilities grow. The subconscious mind needs challenging targets to perform at its highest level. Quarterly wealth strategy sessions. Every 3 months, conduct a comprehensive evaluation of your wealth-building strategy. Are the methods you're using still serving you effectively? Have new opportunities emerged that you should pursue? Do you need to develop new skills or knowledge to reach the next level? Use your nightly programming sessions during these quarterly reviews to ask your subconscious for strategic guidance about the direction of your wealth-building efforts. The compound acceleration effect. As you continue this nightly wealth programming consistently over months and years, you'll begin to experience what I call the compound acceleration effect. This is when your wealth-building efforts begin to produce exponentially increasing results rather than linear growth. This acceleration occurs because your subconscious programming creates multiple synergistic effects simultaneously. You begin to notice more opportunities, make better decisions, attract more helpful people, develop more valuable skills, and take more effective actions, all at the same time. The wealthy understand this principle intuitively. They know that success breeds success, that wealth attracts wealth, and that the right mental programming creates a positive feedback loop that accelerates results over time. This is why the rich get richer while the poor remain poor. It's not because of unfair advantages or lucky breaks. It's because wealth consciousness creates the conditions that attract more wealth, while poverty consciousness creates the conditions that perpetuate poverty. The mastermind multiplication factor. One of the most powerful ways to accelerate your wealth programming results is to combine your individual efforts with the collective power of a mastermind group. When 2 or more minds work together in harmony toward a common goal, they create a third mind that is more powerful than the sum of its parts. Consider forming or joining a mastermind group of individuals who are also committed to wealth building and personal development. Share your nightly programming experiences, insights, and results with this group. The collective wisdom and support will amplify your individual efforts dramatically. Many of the most successful individuals I studied were part of informal mastermind alliances. Carnegie had his kitchen cabinet of advisors. Ford collaborated closely with Edison and other innovators. These relationships weren't just social. They were strategic alliances that multiplied each person's individual capabilities. Advanced wealth programming techniques. Once you've mastered the fundamental system and experienced initial results, you can enhance your practice with these advanced techniques that I've developed through years of experimentation and refinement. The time compression visualization. Instead of visualizing your wealth goals as distant future achievements, practice seeing them as already accomplished in the present moment. Feel the satisfaction, security, and freedom that comes with having already achieved your financial objectives. This technique leverages the fact that your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and actual experiences. When you consistently experience wealth in your imagination, your subconscious begins to seek ways to make this imagined reality your actual reality. The obstacle integration method. Rather than trying to avoid or overcome obstacles to your wealth building, practice visualizing yourself transforming these obstacles into stepping stones. See every challenge as an opportunity to develop new capabilities, make valuable connections, or discover innovative solutions. This programming helps you develop what I call obstacle immunity, the ability to remain focused on your goals regardless of temporary setbacks or challenges. Every adversity carries with it the seed of equivalent benefit, but only if you're programmed to look for and cultivate that benefit. The wealth frequency attunement. Before beginning your nightly visualization, spend a few minutes consciously raising your mental and emotional vibration to match that of wealth and success. Feel abundant, successful, and prosperous before you begin programming your subconscious. This preparation ensures that your programming is done from a state of wealth consciousness rather than from a state of lack or need. The quality of your mental state while programming determines the quality of the results you'll achieve. The science of wealth attraction. The law of attraction is not mystical wishful thinking. It's a practical principle based on how your mind processes information and directs your behavior. When you program your subconscious for wealth, you're not magically attracting money from the universe. You're training your mind to notice opportunities, make better decisions, and take more effective actions. Your reticular activating system, the part of your brain that filters the millions of bits of information you encounter daily, is programmed by your dominant thoughts and emotions. When wealth becomes your dominant mental focus, your brain begins to notice wealth-building opportunities that were always present, but previously invisible to you. Furthermore, your subconscious programming affects your behavior in subtle but powerful ways. You begin to carry yourself with more confidence, speak with more authority, make decisions with greater clarity, and take actions with more persistence. These behavioral changes create different results in your external world. People respond to you differently when you genuinely believe in your own worth and capabilities. Opportunities appear when you're mentally prepared to recognize and act on them. Resources become available when you're vibrating at the frequency of someone who can use them effectively. This is not magic. It's psychology and neuroscience applied to wealth building. The wealthy have always understood these principles intuitively, even if they couldn't explain the scientific mechanisms behind them. Your wealth programming action plan. Tonight, you will begin the most important journey of your financial life. Here is your specific action plan for implementing this wealth mindset reprogramming system. Week 1 to 2. Foundation building implement. The basic 5-step protocol every night without exception. Focus on consistency rather than perfection. Keep your daily wealth journal and record. Every small success, don't judge or analyze your results yet. Simply follow the system week 3 to 4, deepening. The practice add emotional intensity to your visualizations. Extend your visualization time as you become more comfortable with the process. Begin to notice subtle changes in your awareness and behavior. Start capturing morning insights more systematically. Month 2, integration and expansion. Introduce one advanced technique that resonates with you. Begin weekly wealth reviews to track your progress. Notice how your daily decisions and actions are beginning to change. Celebrate small wins and improvements in your wealth consciousness. Month 3 and beyond, mastery and acceleration. Implement quarterly wealth strategy sessions. Consider forming or joining a mastermind group. Continuously refine and personalize your programming approach. Prepare for the compound acceleration effect to begin manifesting. The wealth programming promise. I make you this promise If you implement this nightly wealth programming system consistently for 90 consecutive days, you will experience measurable improvements in your financial situation, your wealth consciousness, and your ability to recognize and act on money-making opportunities. This is not a guarantee of overnight riches. Such promises are the domain of charlatans and fraudsters. This is a scientific system for reprogramming your subconscious mind to support your wealth-building efforts rather than sabotage them. The way of success is the way of continuous pursuit of knowledge, and tonight you begin pursuing the most valuable knowledge of all, how to harness the power of your own mind for the creation of lasting wealth. Your subconscious mind is waiting for your instructions. Your wealth consciousness is ready to be developed. Your financial future is ready to be transformed. The question is not whether this system works. I have seen it work for countless individuals over many decades. The question is whether you will work the system with the consistency, faith, and persistence that success demands. Tonight, as you lay your head upon your pillow, remember that you are not just going to sleep, you are going to work. You are putting the most powerful force in the universe, your programmed subconscious mind, to work on your behalf. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Tonight, you begin conceiving and believing in your own inevitable wealth. Tomorrow, you begin the journey toward achieving it. The time for excuses has ended. The time for transformation has begun. Your wealthy future starts tonight, in the laboratory of your sleeping mind. Program it well, my friend. Your prosperity depends upon it,